I want war with all of you.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yo, peace, power, prosperity to the gang. Y'all already know what it is. Village people, my people. Hope all is well on this beautiful day. Hope everybody did what they're supposed to do. Take care of their business. Hopefully it was productive. Hopefully it was smooth. All that good stuff. We got one already going into the banner. Shout out to the mod of the year. Most clean and most sincere. Mixed this in the banner already. Shout out to Mix. Yo, appreciate the love.
I want some more motherfucking money.
Also becoming a member, like a renewal of the membership. Big Kofa is in the building. What up? I see y'all pouring in here. People in the shadows, big shout out to you. Don't care if you watch from the shadows, but you already know the fee. You gotta hit the button. That's it. Simple fee. That's the only fee we got over here. Stop. This joint wilding tonight. But as usual, in true form, we're here to talk about something. Not the dramatic shit that you're always seeing on the TV and on the on the interwebs right now, right? No, that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. I'm not in the mood for that shit. Definitely not in the mood for it. We're about to get into the show. The show is called You Lost Your Mojo. That's it. You lost it. It's gone. People don't know this feeling. But today we're going to talk about it and a possible way to get it back and get back on your feet. You heard? So we're going to take a quick spinny. Tell everybody we're up in the town square. We in there. What we call swag, right? We call it your swagger. It's called your stilo, your style, right? We you could lose it. It's crazy. The thing that you could lose something, right? That's so internal to you. It's not lost. It's just not in that. It's just not in that same groove that you normally used to, right? Swag, your edge, your mojo, your drive, your momentum. Like we call it mojo. In sports they call it they in a slump, right? Writers that say, well, I got writer's block. Right? Artists say they block, they have artist block. Like they can't, they're not feeling like they self. They feel funky. Right? It's a form of depression. Right? If you're not firing on all cylinders, then then you're depressed. You're not feeling yourself. That is a cloud over you, stinking up the place. You can't get right. You two steps too slow. You don't got no motivation. It's crazy to go through those feelings, and it's something so integral to me because I honestly feel like I just went through that slump. Feel like I just pushed through, and if I fake it, then I can make it. Nah, not necessarily all the time, right? Sometimes you gotta stop. You gotta stop and get back, figure out where you lost it at, why you lost it, et cetera, et cetera. But not to get ahead of myself. It's simply the internal parts that drive you, right? It's your confidence. It's your momentum factor, your motivations, it's your energy component. right? It's your rhythm. It's you being in that groove. Like when we say, yo, you in the groove, or what they say nowadays, I'm getting in my bag. That's the new phrase, right? I'm getting in my bag. I'm getting in my bag. That's what they're saying nowadays. So, hey, what up, boy? So they call it getting in your bag. So sometimes you feel like you're not in your bag. You don't feel like yourself. You just stinking up the place. It's something that's real. God, fuck, relax. You feel like you're just not yourself. You out of the groove, right? But it's nothing crazy. You just off balance at the moment. And I just went through this shit. At least I feel that way. I feel like I wasn't firing on all cylinders, right? And I felt like if I could fake it and push and push and push, it'll be okay. But nah, not really. It really don't kind of work that way. It doesn't work that way. You gotta baseline yourself and get back to it, right? Um, and when you go into the slump, you tend to like sit in the slump for a while. You sit in there and you languish and you feel defeated and it's such a weird thing. It's like a dark cloud over you. You can't shake it. You can't get out of this slump. That's what it is. It drives you further and further, deeper and deeper and deeper away from your natural true self, right? From you being inside that bag, from you having your swag back, from you running on all cylinders, from your confidence being high, et cetera, et cetera. It's called languishing point though, right? Sitting in there, it doesn't help at all. It helps nothing at all. So in in a sense, right? Let's talk about why, let's say, it does disappear, or you feel like you're going into this you're losing your edge, etc. Um, one of the greatest things out there, dog, for real, and sometimes we just been doing it for so long we don't ever notice it, is we get burnt out. Sometimes we just get burnt out. That's it. You're tired. It's one thing to feel burnt out when people are around you that work with you notice that you're burnt out, notice you're not performing at the level that you normally perform at, then it's a real problem. You dig it? Shout out that mob. What up, mob? We got Messy up in here. What up? What up? What up? What up? But she dropped. Lucy had to come out and do some. Or it's been a minute. Last time I was on this joint, it was that Monday, Tuesday. All good in the hood, comrade. Absolutely, my G. You already know what it is. It's you burnt out, you stressed out, your life work balance is off. Another way too that it happens that people don't realize, they get comfortable in the scenario that they're in. So it's no longer that challenge, right? You're no longer challenged in the area that you participating in. So what happens is boredom sets in. There's no more challenges. So you become so relaxed that there is no personal growth. So that also could be a hindrance and get you out of your bag, and especially if you're one of those high functioning, right? People that like to get up and go, people that like the challenge and they like to learn and like to grow. If you're not experiencing that, and you're experiencing this mundanity, right? It's like you're in a neutral position. That could also kill your spark, which will kill your edge, which will kill your confidence, which will kill your swag, which will kill your mojo. You see where I'm going with this? So there's something called FOMO, fear of missing out, right? Which is something that is extremely potent when it talks about your anxiety levels. You fear you're missing out on something. You fear you're missing out on something. So when you have fear, you naturally have doubt. You start doubting yourself. You start doubting your skill set. You start doubting who you are. That also puts another nail in that coffin, right? Before you know it, you dead set in this languishing point. And you sitting there and you just like, damn, I can't fucking shake it. Why am I this way? What's going on with me? And you just what you're doing is you're not thinking for, let's say, for solution. You're thinking in a problematic state because you're only thinking about the problem itself. You're just spinning your wheels. That's all you're doing, spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels. And sometimes a break is absolutely necessary. Sometimes a break is absolutely necessary to realign yourself and refocus on what needs to be focused on. Maybe you created the own imbalance. Maybe you put too much on one side, not enough on the other side. Maybe you didn't put enough on one side, right? You could be the reason why your own balance is thrown off. Because remember, it's your own confidence, it's your own style, it's your swag, it's your bag. You trying to get back in it. So guess whose responsibility it is to fix? It's yours. Challenges forces us to develop and adapt, but it also makes us able to take control of our correct. I don't disagree at all, G. Absolutely. Right? So it's good for us to stop and take these moments and be self-aware, right? That you're not yourself. You're not feeling yourself. You're not firing off on all cylinders at the moment. What needs to be done? Where did the train come off the track? You're having a challenge with this dog. He is tweaking in there right now. So we need to figure out where the train got off the tracks at. You need to figure out where it came off at, why did it come off, and how to get it back, and how to get the train back on the track, right? Get you back rolling, right? In your flow. Shout out to Missy.
I need money.
Appreciate the support as usual. You already know it's a love thing. A lot of times we don't know how important our mojo is to us until we run into the scenario where we don't have it. So we run into a scenario where we feel it. I like the materialism. I think I'm tracking what you're saying. I think I'm tracking. The social term swag gap, right? The energy difference between yourself now and the self that you know, right? That gap is where is where the change happens from where you was balling like a dog to now you can only put up 2 a game, right? If you play sports, you felt the fact that you're not playing at your top performance. You feel like you're not fine. You feel like you're slower. You feel like you're not focusing enough. So if we just take that simple analogy and apply it to our everyday life, we could see it. Even when it comes to things that you're interested in, things that once interest you, right, may absolutely become uninteresting. Things that you have loved to participate in, you just don't got no love for it no more, right? It's like the joy and the beautiful parts and the excitement of life is just being drained out of it. right? Because you're not yourself. You're not feeling like yourself, so you can't enjoy the everyday tussle and bustle. Yes, it is a part of depression. It is. But I'm not no doctor, right? I don't got no degrees on my wall. What you see on my wall? Catwoman, right? And Ghostface. That's what you see on my wall. Ain't a degree. Got a couple books back there. That's not degrees. I'm love. What up, J? The separation points between your performance right now and let's say who you know you are to be and how you do perform, that's the swagger gap, right? That's the lapse of confidence. Marxist communist. Yeah, I knew that. I did know that. But we have to stop in those gaps and look at the gaps and say what changed, right? Why do I not feel the same way? Like, why am I not the same sniper that I was? Right? Let me tell you how bad it is. When you in that funk, it's hard to get somebody else on your program and motivated. So let's look at it in the sense of relationship, right? When you don't got your stilo, you can't bag nothing. If we want to talk, right? If we want to talk about it in that aspect, in that framework, you can't bag nothing because you don't believe in yourself. So how you gonna make this sweet PYT believe that you the one that she needs to hand over the digits to, the one that she needs to go out on dinner with, the one that she needs to spend time with? You can't do it because you don't even believe it. You don't even sound the same. You don't even sound the same while you kicking this game to this lady. You don't feel it, so you can't exude it. You cannot exude the Mac properly. You can't. Because you yourself internally, you funky. You just thinking up the place at this point. You know what I tend to do, dog? I tend to get real low. And I go and I hide it and I figure it out. Whatever needs to be done, however I need to go figure it out, I'll figure it out. Whatever has to happen, whoever I need to talk to, I go make it happen. Straight like that. They got homies that'll tell you stop being a bitch. Put your fucking pants on, pull your socks up, tie up your boots, because I got work to do. It works for some people. It works for some people. Some people just need somebody to sit there and listen to them, bitch and complain for about a good half an hour. And as soon as it's off, they shake that shit off and they keep rolling, right? Figure out what works for you, and you have to implement that. Because what happens is you end up stuck in that cycle. Spinning your wheels, feeling depressed, feeling like you're not in the mood, you're feeling funky, you can't perform for real. You can't bag nothing because you don't even believe it. You can't talk properly. You're talking and you're talking jittery. You're not yourself. You're just stinking up the fucking place. The generals, I ain't mad at it, bro. I ain't mad at you at all. It's a good idea. That's a really good idea, actually. It's just something you gotta be aware enough to go deal with and fix and heal. When you're looking at the swag gap, That means you recognize it. You say, I know who I am. I don't recognize who I am today. I know who I am. I know I'm a baller. I know I get down. I know I'm jiggy. I know I could pull up in a game and score 30. The last month, I only been scoring 5. 5 rebounds, 5 points, 2 assists. Right? I can't get a double to save my life right now. But you know you're better than that. So you got to get your swag back, bro. By any means necessary. By any means necessary. You figure it out. Stop being a little biatch. And get your swag back. Especially if you're a husband, especially if you're a father. There's people depending on you. People are looking to you on a daily basis to perform at your top level so you could bring the best parts out of them. So your labor of love for them, your labors and your sacrifices, when it's bestowed upon them, they get the benefits of it. They get all the benefits of it. They don't get a half benefit because you're only on half your job. Get rid of all the fear of failure. Get rid of the overbearingness of your own thoughts in itself, right? Create a healthy relationship between work and life. Guys, what up? Everybody's gonna have their own personal reasons to why they lose their motivation. Burning out, obligations, um, lack of progress, um, lack of self-worth, right? Feeling accomplished. Failures, right? Failures will do it too. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. That I got for now. The lack of those things can attribute to you losing your swag, man. It really can. And I'm telling you because I know. I'm telling you exactly because I know. Like I know. I feel like I just went through this shit. For real, for real, for real. So it was on my brain, and I like, yo, let me kick it to the village, bro. Because somebody else might need to hear it. It could be tomorrow. Don't necessarily have to be right now. Don't necessarily got to be we going through the same thing at the same time, right? But that's the good thing about having the internet and having a channel, right? We could talk about things live, and we could store them inside the vault, and people have the ability to go see it and watch it and hear it. Like it's stored now, right? Only way it's gone, it's internet, so it's never really gone, right? I have to go and purposely delete it. But let's transition into some. I got a video too. We gonna watch as usual. You know, I got a vid. But let's look at some ways that we could start to get back our swag, right? Get back in our bag, back on your stilo, back on your grind, back on my shit. And this one right here is one of the most important ones to me. I just really digested this pill. The small wins in life. The small wins in life. Tree Star, what up? The small wins. Small wins. Telling you, the small wins in life sometimes are something. It's something so simple as to not being in traffic, getting home early, taking off your boots, like just taking off your work uniform, just like having that 5 minutes of just decompression time. That's a small win. Black nationalism. I'm with it, G. I like black nationalism. I like nationalism as a whole, though. Reconnect with the point that drove you before, right? Like whatever drove you before to be that winner, whatever drove you to perform at that high caliber level. Re-engage it. Re-engage that part of you, right? Find a new challenge that gives you that drive and that that zeal to push forward, right? Those things tend to help people come out of their funk, especially when you have the recognition of why you're in the funk, why you don't got your stilo. And I'm gonna give you the last one before we go into the vid and all other shit. A little bit of grace and self-recognition goes a long way sometimes, bro. Sometimes you just gotta look at it and say, yo, I'm a human. And I'm having a human experience right now. Right? When we all get together, we say, I'm big, bad, and I'm tough. You can't tell me shit, bro. You know what I've been through in my life? What's up, Red? The queen of the witching hours is in the town square. You have to give yourself some grace. You have to say, dog, I'm a human. I'm having a human experience. Give yourself a little buffer room for mistakes. A lot of the times, not a lot of the time, enough of the time though. I know for me, I could say for me for sure. You tend to criticize yourself so much and for so long and so repeatedly that you keep driving yourself backwards than driving yourself forwards. Right? Fucking Uber mention. That makes sense? You just keep criticizing yourself and criticizing yourself and criticizing yourself. You're not pushing yourself forward. You're criticizing yourself not in the form of self-recognition, right? To address the scenario. Right? You're just talking about it. The train is off the track. The train is off the track. The train is off the track. You dumb. The train is off the track. Hey, what is wrong with you? Why is it train off the track? You're not talking and thinking about these things in the sense of resolution. You're just talking about it. Talking about it. Talking about it. And I'm a firm believer that sometimes sometimes sitting neutral could actually be backwards motion. Sometimes sitting neutral is perfectly fine. You're not left, you're not right about it. You're not positive, you're not negative about it. That's fine. But I'm also of the mind that sitting neutral in some situations, in some circumstances, is not just sitting neutral, and it's actually backwards motion. But you got to give yourself some grace and comprehension and some mercy and some understanding just to say, yo, I'm having a human experience right now. And that's okay. And this is temporary and it's not for long because I know why. Then you reinforce positive conversation into yourself. You dig it? It's called thought reframing. You reframing thoughts so that diving and dwelling into the negative side of the thought is also a positive switch over of the thought. When you switch the thought over and reframe it in a positive sense, you reframe it in a sense of comprehension. Those thoughts help you become, not become, these thoughts help you move out of the slump, right? They help you come out of that negative thought process and that thought pattern that's driving you backwards. It tends to help you move forward. A little bit of grace, a little comprehension, some understanding, right? Some thought reframing will push you in the positive direction to come out of this slump. That's just what it is. We constantly critique ourselves too hard sometimes. And it's okay to critique yourself. It's okay to be your biggest critique, your own biggest critique. That's completely fine. But you got to do it constructively. You got to do it with a certain level of intention. The intention is to look at it and examine it, to, let's say, not make the same mistake anymore. To look at it and examine it as a point of information, as a reference point to see what not to do. When this happens, I know not to do this because I remember it took me here. When this happens, I know what to do and how to navigate that so I won't end up there again. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? You don't kind of lose your stilo, right? You don't lose your swag because you're a weak person, right? You tend to lose it because life is making the next level. Okay, look at it like this. The stage that you at right now, let's say you're so comfortable in it, you're good to go. You could do it with your eyes closed. You necessarily don't have the motivation to keep doing the same thing over and over again. You tired of the mundanity of it, right? But what it's saying is you need to find a new motivation, move to a new stage. You burnt out on that stage. You figured it out. You figured it out. You're good to go. You dig it? So to ask y'all questions for yourself, right? What did you do the last time you lost your confidence? Right? When was the last time you performed at your tippy top, the best performance? When was the last time you felt like you were at the best, your peak? Right? And was the last time you felt like you was not? Not to dwell on it, but just things to think about for yourself. Just to do a self-assessment, look at your life, the things that you've been through, et cetera, et cetera. What we got? T is in the town square. What up? Nails. Who else done pop through? Learning to give myself grace is where I am. Dog, that shit is, bruh. That I never knew how serious and detrimental that shit was, bro. I promise you, I never knew. Never knew. That shit is essential. It is. It is extremely essential, bro. But I'm glad y'all stuck around to kick it. We're about to check out the video right now. And yo, the conversation is wide open. G. This ain't just me talking down to yo or talking across the board to you or talking about my life and my experience. No, this is wide open for everybody to chop it up. Feel free. Y'all already know. Y'all the voice. I'm just the face. Let me get the vid. This is by Jordan Peterson. He got some good stuff, man. He got some good stuff. Jordan Peterson. I like some of the stuff he got is pretty dope. Let's check him out. See what he's talking about.
the thing that sustains people through life really is the lifting of a worthwhile burden. It's something like that.
Yeah.
And it's partly because we're social animals, right? It's like we're evolved to be useful to the people around us because they're much more likely to let us live if we're like that.
Yeah.
So, and it's been very fun especially talking to young men about this. It's like, well, and that's the other thing too, is I think the world is full of darkness, let's say. And we could say each of us have a little bit of light. And if we release that light, if we let it shine properly, Christ, it's too cliche to go on with in some sense, but the world is a lesser place if you do not reveal from within yourself what you have to reveal. And the fact that the world is a lesser place actually turns out not to be trivial. Like if you aren't everything you could be, more people will die, more people will suffer, more evil will be unconstrained, more tyranny will reign, more chaos will remain chaotic and dangerous, all of that.
Do you mean this in the sense of like the old proverb of the wings of a butterfly fluttering become a hurricane?
It's something similar to that, but it can even be more local. It's like your family is more messed up than it could be if you were less messed up than you are.
Right.
So if you just got your act together, like 10% more, your family would be 1% better.
Right.
It's like, well, do it.
And that would ripple off into the people that they interact
Yes,
with.
and it ripples fast.
Yes.
That's the other thing that's so cool is that, like, people think, well, there's 7 billion of us, and each of us is just this separate dust mote, like floating in the cosmos.
That's a good strategy right there. That's a really good strategy, actually. That's a really good strategy. And a lot of doctors correlate physical health with mental health and all that other stuff. Yeah, that's a good practice.
What the hell difference does it make what you do anyways? It's like, that is not how we're connected. It's like, you're the center of a network. And you know way more people than this, but let's say typically, you're going to know 1,000 people in your life, well enough to have an impact on them. Okay, and each of those 1,000 people is going to know 1,000 people. So you're one step from 1 million and 2 steps from 1 billion. And we are networked, technically. That's how human interactions work. And so when you do something that you shouldn't do, it's worse than you think. And when you do something that you should do, it's better than you think. And so you think, well, this is why I've been telling people, well, clean up your room. It's like, well, your room is actually networked too. It's not that easy to clean up your room, to set it. So you want your room to be set up so that when you walk in there, it tells you to be better than you generally are. It's organized, it's got direction, everything's in its place. You try to do that in a chaotic household. You know, I've watched people do this because I have students do these sorts of things as assignments. I say, look, pick a small moral goal, clean up your room, and just write down what happens as a consequence. So maybe these are students in a chaotic household. The whole place is a bloody mess. No one's taking any responsibility for anything. And so they decide they're going to start to clean up their room. And then the people in the household notice. Well, the first thing they do is get pissed off. It's like, who do you think you are? Like, you think you're better than us? Like, why do you think this is worthwhile? Who died and made you God? All of that. So just by trying to organize this little part of their life, they immediately run into the people whose actions they're casting in a dim light by trying to improve themselves to some degree. They might have to have like a thorough war in their household to be allowed.
How many times have you been through that scenario, right? Where you simply doing something to better yourself, but other people attack you, like what you're doing for you somehow has an effect on them, right? Simple example he just brought up just now. That person cleaned their room and other people around them had an issue with it. Because now they're forced to see. They're forced to not just see the cleanliness of what cleanliness looks like. Now they're forced to confront themselves and to figure out why their room is not clean, if that makes sense. You put up a mirror in front of them, but the mirror you put up is just you.
To do something as simple as keep the room orderly. You'll find out very rapidly that A, that's way more difficult than it sounds, and B, that the consequences of it are far reaching than people think. So that's quite fun. No, because maybe part of it is that like everything around you is full of potential. Everything. Maybe more potential than you could ever possibly utilize. And so maybe all you have is this little rat hole of a room in some rundown place in the world. It's like, fix it up. There's more there than you think. See what happens if you fix it up. And you'll fix yourself up simultaneously because you have to get disciplined in order to fix up the room. Then you have a fixed up room and you'll be a more fixed up person. It's like, you think that nothing will happen as a consequence of that? It's like all hell will break loose as a consequence of that. It's really worth trying.
It is worth trying, and it's a concept that seems alien to people. But if you think about it, it makes sense.
Well, people don't take what they have right in front of them seriously enough. It's like the wasting time thing. They don't do the arithmetic. You know, and they also don't understand They devalue what they have right in front of them. The point is, your best strategic position is, how am I insufficient and how can I rectify that? That's what you've got. And the thing is, you are insufficient and you could rectify it. You both.
You know what I've noticed throughout time? People who tend to live neat, right? They tend to live neat. They tend to live tidy, organized. That tends to be a part of their behavior pattern too. Like they tend to plan things out. They tend to plan for the future. They seem to be way more organized, not just in, let's say, the cleanliness aspect, or the fact that their room is clean and the kitchen is organized, and the bedroom is the floor is vacuumed and the stairs is, it transcends into their everyday life pattern also. That's something I tend to know.
Both of those are within your grasp. If you aim low enough. One of the things
Why do you see that? That's another thing you keep saying. Aim low enough. Have a low enough bar. Why do you mean that?
Well, let's say you've got a kid and you want the kid to improve. You don't set them a bar that's so high that it's impossible for them to attain it. You take a look at the kid and you think, okay, this kid's got this range of skill. Here's a challenge we could throw at him or her that exceeds their current level of skill, but gives them a reasonable probability of success. And so, like, I'm saying it tongue in cheek to some degree. You know, it's like, but I'm doing it as an aid to humility. It's like, well, I don't know how to start improving my life. Someone might say that. And I would say, well, you're not aiming low enough. There's something you could do that you are regarding as trivial, that you could do, that you would do, that would result in an actual improvement. But it's not a big enough improvement for you, so you won't lower your.
You know what he's talking about right there? We already talked about it. We already talked about it. Talking about the small wins. The small win. The small win. The small achievements in life, right? The small goals. The small thing that you set aside and you accomplish. You could build a trend off of setting accomplishing small goals that builds a person's confidence so they can achieve and attempt to go to a medium level goal, right? One that's a little bit further for them. But because you give them 4 small tasks that they accomplished, they have the confidence to go to level 5 now. And level 5 might be harder than the first 4, but guess what? If you just gave them the level 5 one, their confidence ain't as high. So failure, the possibility of failure is higher. Then you give them the 4 small ones, their confidence is probably at a 90. So when they go for the 5th one, they feeling themselves, right? They in their bag. They swags on point. They steal high. They ready to run. They ready to challenge it, right? Because remember, a lot of things is mindset. What you got, guys? I don't know if it's necessarily, but whatever reason. That's true too, though, because a lot of times our support systems are the people who we think will be our biggest supporters are sometimes the people that are biggest hinderers. It's weird like that. It's extremely weird like that sometimes. It's a form of discipline and it shows up in all aspects of life. I'm jacking it. President approved. Baltimore. My G, what up, boy? You already know, my man. Everybody shout out, smoke is in the town square. Let them a dog.
Self enough to take the opportunity.
Incremental steps.
Yes. And
so this is also what is achieved through exercise. It's one of the most important.
Yeah. Well, what do you do when you go and lift weights?
Yeah.
You don't go like if you haven't bench pressed before, you don't put 400 pounds on the damn bar and drop the bar through your skull. But there's a humility in determining what it is that the wretched creature that you are can actually manage. Aim low. And I don't mean don't aim. And I don't mean don't aim up. But you have to accept the fact that you can set yourself a goal that you can attain. And there's not going to be much glory in it to begin with. Because if you're not in very good shape, the goal that you could attain tomorrow isn't very glorious. but it's a hell of a lot better than nothing, and it beats the hell out of bitterness, and it's way better than blaming someone else. It's way less dangerous, and you could do it. And what's cool about it, there's a statement in the New Testament. It's called the Matthew Principle, and economists use it to describe how the economy in the world works. To those who have everything, more will be given. From those who have nothing, everything will be taken. It's like what's very pessimistic in some sense, because it means that as you start to fail, you fail more and more rapidly. But it also means that as you start to succeed, you succeed more and more rapidly. And so you take an incremental step, and well, now you can lift 55 pounds instead of 52.5 pounds. You think, well, what the hell's that? It's like, it's one step on a very long journey. And so it starts to compound on you. So a small step today puts you in a position to take a slightly bigger step the next day. And then that puts you in a position to take a slightly bigger step the next day. And you do that for 2 or 3 years, man, you're starting to stride.
Facts. Shout out to Jordan Peterson, bro. He got some good shit, bro. He got some good shit. Shout out to him, wherever he is right now, whatever he's doing. I ain't seen him in a minute. I have not seen him in a minute. But yeah. Yeah. That summed up a couple of things that we talked about already for tonight. Let me see what you got, love. I don't know. It's extremely sensitive. Gotcha. That's like it's probably your soft spot, right? You already noticed that you're sensitive about it. So maybe figure out why. Why is this one thing so sensitive to you? And from there on you could probably, right, start to investigate and start healing that. Not that it needs healing per se, but why have something that sensitive, right? Why have a button on your back so huge that somebody could just walk up to you and press it at any time and activate, right, your emos, right? Figure out a way to remove the button so it's not an emotional thing, but it becomes something that you could speak about with confidence and logic and bravado and get in your bag, right? Like we've been talking about. When somebody brings it up, hit that point where you could get in your motherfucking bag about it, right? That's this whole conversation we having right now. Knowing when you outside of your bag, analyzing the aspects of both you in your bag versus you not in your bag, identifying why you're not in your bag, addressing it, and getting back into your bag. That's the whole key we're talking about right now. How to get back in the bag when you're not in your bag. Prime is in the building. Original founder. I keep telling you, man, we all humans and we having a human experience. And with that in comprehension, right? When you get to comprehend when you get to that level of comprehension, you get to that point where you could give yourself some grace so that you can advance yourself. So you can sit there and cipher it down for what it is. So you can get back and get inside your bag. Because when it happens again, you don't want, if you get out your bag and it takes you 30 days to get back in your bag, the next time you get out your bag, you want it to take the same 30 days or you want it to take 20 days. Right? It happens again. You want it to take 10 days. Happens again, 1 day. Notice it, address it, fix it, back in your bag. So what you do is you shorten up your slump. You shorten the writer's block. You start shortening up these stints. Because guess what? You don't have to dwell in the depression of looking at yourself like you're a buster and a fucking lame for 30 days no more. You don't have to look at it for 20 days no more. You already attacked that. You know how to deal with that. 10 days, easy day. You don't got to do that no more. You already attacked that. You fixed that already. 1 day, boop, 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 back at it. You smell me? You're back in the grind. You're back in the fight. To the point where it happens on spot, and within a minute, you're back firing at it. An hour, back at it. Let me go take a walk. Let me go get some water. Let me go do some push-ups. Let me get a quick jog around the block real quick. Let me get some fresh air. You smell me? That's why we having this conversation right now. Brian, what you got, bro? Boy, I didn't hear that exact same message. God rest in mysterious. Dog, you have no idea, bro. You have no idea. You have no idea, bro. I had to shoot this show today. Real talk. We have to start giving ourselves some grace, bro. We have to start being nice at this shit. We have to. You smell me? We can't go for 30 days and slump and get back in the same slump a year later and do another 30 days. That means you didn't learn nothing. That means you ain't get the proper gems out of that lesson. You smell me? Aisha is in the town square.
I want some more motherfucking money.
What you got, love? I currently came though. I've been listening. I have to go, but a little bit of magic. Make yourself a priority. Be easy, great people. Make yourself a priority. Thank you so much, Aisha. Day one right there from the gang. Give it what you okay. So what you gave to others. Yo, dog. Yo. So many times, bro, we are the living true hypocrites of our own life. Let me tell y'all, I'm a hypocrite. I say, dog, if you need me, dog, give me a call. My dog going through something, I hit him on the line. Yo, you all right? You sure? All right, cool. What's up with that? Now chop it up with my dog. Send my dog a text message. Yo, bro, hit my line. We talk about it. But you know, for me, for myself, dog, when I'm going through it, I'm the one that recruits myself. Ignorant to the hypocritical like a motherfucker, G. Hypocrite to the core. And I'm aware of this shit. Them young guys that work for me, man, yo, you need something, let me know. You need something, let me know. Yo, G, what happened? Huh? Boom. All right, cool. Let's go figure this shit out. You take their issues on. But when it comes time for you to deal with your own issues, you tend to not have that same tenacity, right? Ain't that strange? You don't even take your own advice to call somebody or go holler at somebody about some shit, but you give that same advice to people, or you be there in the gap for other people. That was dope. We have a new member.
I need money.
My girl, where'd it go? Boop, boop, boop. Guys has become a new member. I gotta call this the 1 pound phone for now. You can't pick up the phone. That's dope as shit. 100-pound phone. That's crazy. I never heard about that one. 100-pound phone. A lot of times you don't have the energy to explain what's going on. You be burnt out and don't even think it true, just know because it's a habit. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Silver lining wise, you're a human being with compassion. What's the silver lining in it, right? In the midst of the ignorance, what's the silver lining? You got compassion and care. So you just gotta figure out the other part, right? The other part to raise your hand and say, yo, dog, I ain't feeling too good right now. You gotta figure out a way how to convey that across, you know, and go do what you need to go do to get better, right? Sometimes no shit is just a phone call. Sometimes it's just you airing some shit out, saying it out loud, and you good to go. That's what I mean. £100 phone. I'll be back. Sorry, I'm just seeing that. Later. Men view asking for help as a weakness. Yeah, that's true too. Though that does exist amongst a pipe having humans on the planet. That's true. I can't say it's not. That's true. But it's upon us to just, kind of kill that within our growth, right? Like men don't have emotions. Like, come on, we still humans, right? Men don't have feelings and all other shit. We human. Relax. But yeah, man, that's all I really got for us tonight, man. Plotting and scheming my show for tomorrow. I got a funny we could watch. Let's check this out. Brrr. The funk. Here we go. Getting out of funk sometimes just happens. Like you fall into one. Yo, getting out of one that that's something crazy. I've never experienced the getting in it and getting out of it without something happening. Without investigating it, going in there, killing it, whatever the case is. But I believe you though. Absolutely believe you. Give me 1 second. I will see you in the next life. I believe you. Absolutely believe you, Jay. That's switch up. No. Yeah, that's switch up the outfit for tomorrow. You already know, son. Champion hoodie fitted cap. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's what? February 27th? What's going on February 27th? What's going on tomorrow? Oh, so everybody been going through some shit lately, huh? All right, cool. Everybody been going through some bullshit. Cool. I ain't the only one. Let me see. I got a funny right here. Boom drop. What we got? Give ahead. Give ahead. Get ahead. With Becky, the truck. Is in Freak Pod tomorrow? No, I haven't planned Freak Pod for tomorrow. I planned Bongino and Graham Allen with a little bit of Candace. My early show. I haven't planned my late show yet. So either F that week or Free Pod sounds pretty good for tomorrow. I have to call the co-host to see what's up. I don't know. Is she in here? Message. Mercury's in retrograde on the gang. See in there.
Ed with Becky the Throat Goat by Brad Goss. In the big office where nobody plays, Becky the Throat Goat takes the load her own way. She wants to climb on the pole to the top. She helps her bosses. Her work always pops. Becky wears smart suits and shiny black shoes. She opens up wide and never cries blues. When bosses feel tired from long, stuffy talks, she slips under desks to check on the cock. She swallows.
Hey, yo, what? Hey, yo.
All those big tasks that make bosses frown.
What the fuck is this shit? I had a sexual sound like this. No, that's it. Yeah, it's a dude that wrote this. It's definitely a dude that wrote this shit.
Gulps worries and troubles straight down, down, down. With one happy slurp, tension goes away. Poof. Everyone cheers and yells, hip, hip, hooray. Becky takes loads off their minds every day and gobbles jobs in her own special way. She polishes knobs all.
Come on, G.
Sparkling clean. Leaves everyone happy on the big team. From tiny desktops to wide corner views, Becky will do the jobs others refuse. She opens up wide for every new chore. She finishes fast, then comes back for more. The goats have a meeting.
All right, this is out of control, bro.
They all agree. Becky's the best. Let's make her a VP. Her throat's so deep it can take any strain. No load's too big. Becky won't complain. Now Becky sits high in a chair so grand, head of the meetings across all the land. Becky got ahead by giving her all because she went down to stand proud and tall. Give ahead, get ahead. Give ahead, get ahead with Becky the Throat Goat.
But ain't no fucking way. Yeah, what the fuck is this, bro? Sound like Freak Part already started? That shit is wild, bro. What we got? What we got? Oh, my dude. This is my dude right here. Ain't no damn nut. Oh, nut ass. I'm my Freak Part already started. I'm not chilling them damn. This ain't no fucking nuts.
You are gay. Why are you gay? Even the conversations you hold all point to you being gay. The kind of clothes, even the games you watch, the jokes you make, everything about you is gay. You're talking polls, you're talking toys, you're talking... Goodness, why are you gay? Eh?
Yeah, bruh. Reaper, yes. I have. I have. This was going on. That fridge shit. I never forgot about that damn fool. I damn sure forgot about that fool. I need to talk to my army homies. Figure out the fuck going on out there. Fuck damn. Y'all seen that Billie Eilish outfit she was wearing? Shit crazy, bro. Billie Eilish out there tweaking, performing on stage like that. He smacked. Yeah, he did. You didn't see the outfit? Oh shit. Apparently that's her new shit. I showed y'all already? Okay. Bro's exactly who the Marines are looking for.
Your full name. I state your full name.
Say your actual name.
I, Deontay Deshaun Wilson.
Yep, get him to boot camp immediately. He's going to be one of the best Marines ever.
I state your full name. I state your full name.
Say your actual name.
I, Deontay Deshaun Wilson.
Yep, get him to boot camp immediately. He's going to be one of the best Marines ever.
I state your full name. I state your full
I state your full name. Freak pause tomorrow. I'm still trying to keep it light, but I want us to have a good laugh before we go. Call it a fucking night. A lot of shit that came out for this Black History, honestly. I think I showed y'all these already. I think we've seen this one already. Yeah, we've seen this one already. Oh, the Billie Eilish one? Or it's right here. I thought I've been. It's old too. I bring that's a new outfit for her shows now. These and football jerseys, which is weird because she's not American. So why would she be wearing these jerseys, right? Strange. At least to me, at least. Because she performed in America, I don't know, but that's her outfit. I saw another one with her in all black, pretty much the same thing with just all black. It was on the Twitter. No, not Twitter. I lied. It was on Reddit. I joined live. That's all I got. I mean, I got hella more shit in there. But what's this one? Oh. That one. Oh, the crick. Oh. Nah, that's too serious. Too raunchy. Yeah, I got way more, bro. I got way more shit in the box. She's an American? I thought she was from England. No, she's American? Okay. I'll take your word for it. I definitely thought she was from UK though. Definitely. Absolutely. Definitely that. For old time's sake. Y'all already know how we get down over here.
About me being friends with Remo, I would assume you were, what's the opposite of homosexual?
Heterosexual.
I would assume his ass is a homosexual. And he different. So if he was not a homosexual.
You gotta say heterosexual.
A heterosexual. So if he was ahead of the sexuals, bro, I'm gonna assume that you ahead of the sexuals and bro ahead of the sexuals too. I'm already ahead of the sexuals. So I'm assuming everybody who hangs with me is ahead of the sexuals, bro. If you're not ahead of these sexuals, then your ass is a homosexual, and I need to know that you're a homosexual. So the other ahead of sexuals, we not gonna over whoop with you because in our society is like, okay, gang, you that, so you can't be at certain parties.
What would you do?
First of all, me being friends with Remo, I would assume you were, what's the opposite of homosexual?
Heterosexual.
Yeah, y'all know it's a love thing, G, from here to there. And please welcome to Town Square. Always cleaning all is fair. Yo, take care of yourself so you can take the people that's around you. Love yourself so you can love the people that's around you. This thing in life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Train every day like the marathon is tomorrow. And when you're ready, you gotta get ready. It ain't about being scared. It's about being prepared. You heard? Y'all know it's a love thing. He and I, nice him, Slim Trim, and I'm built to it. I'm Granny's baby, numero uno, flaco fuerte, aka the dark horse. I see y'all soon. 2 shows tomorrow. Turn on the noties. Gee, I make up for that drop. What drop? Oh, I gotta make that into a drop. Okay, okay. I got you. Yo, y'all already know what it is. 2 shows tomorrow. Turn on the noties. So y'all notice I'm blasting them off. Not sure what the second show, but I know what the first show is gonna be. It's gonna be Candace Owens, Dan Bongino, Graham Allen, that type of bullshit. I'm about to get on their heels as usual. But the boys back. Guess who was back? Not Benny Siegel and Hove.